The Honourable the Speaker.
A proclamation by His Excellency Anthony Thomas Aquinas Carmona, ORTTSC, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Whereas it is provided by subsection 1 of section 67 of the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, that each session of Parliament shall be held at such place within Trinidad and Tobago, and shall commence at such time as the President may by proclamation appoint. Now, therefore, I, Anthony Thomas Aquinas Carmona, President as aforesaid, do hereby appoint Tower D, International Waterfront Center, 1A Ryson Road, Port of Spain, Trinidad, as the place at which the third session of the 11th Parliament of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago shall be held, and 1:30 p.m. on Friday, the 29th day of September, 2017, as the time at which the said session shall commence. Given under my hand and the seal of the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, at the office of the President, St. Anne's, this 21st day of September, 2017.
Shall we pray? Almighty God, we give thanks to you, the creator of the universe, and humbly beseech you to direct and prosper the deliberations of the members of this house here assembled for the advancement of your glory and the trust and welfare of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Grant that peace and happiness, truth and justice may be established among us for all generations. Amen, amen. Namaste.
Announcements by the Speaker.
Honourable members, the Honourable Maxi Cuffy, MP, member for La Hoqueta Talparo, has requested leave from the sittings of the House for the period 29th September 2017 to the 1st of November 2017. The Honourable Ayana Webster Roy, MP, member for Tobago East, and Ms. Ramona Ramdial, MP, member for Couva North, have asked to be excused from today's sitting of the House. The leave which the members seek is granted.
Papers.
The Minister of Housing and Urban Development.
Madam Speaker, I have the honor to lay the Trinidad and Tobago Housing Development Corporation vesting amendment to the first schedule number 4 order 2017.
The Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have the honor to lay the following papers. Numbers 2 to 4. The audited financial statements of the Rural Development Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited for the financial years ended September 30th, 2014, 2015, and 2016. 5 to 6. The audited financial statements of the Estate Management and Business Development Company Limited for the financial years ended September 30th, 2011 and 2012. 7. The report of the Auditor General of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on the statement of the recovery of expenses of the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries for the year ended December 31st, 2016. 8. The report of the Auditor General of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on the financial statements of the Siparia Regional Corporation for the year ended September 30th, 2011. And 9. The report of the Auditor General of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on the financial statements of the Princess Town Regional Corporation for the year ended September 30th, 2011. I beg to move that papers 2 to 6 be referred to the Public Accounts Enterprises Committee and papers 7 to 9 be referred to the Public Accounts Committee.
Honorable members, the question is that papers 2 to 6 be referred to the Public Accounts Enterprises Committee and papers 7 to 9 be referred to the Public Accounts Committee. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against? The ayes have it. The Leader of the House.
Thank you very kindly, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I have the honor to lay the following papers. Paper 10, the ministerial response of the Ministry of Works and Transport to the 4th report of the Joint Select Committee on State Enterprises on an inquiry into the operations and administration of the Vehicle Management Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, with specific focus on the repair and acquisition of vehicles for state bodies. Paper number 11, the ministerial response of the Ministry of Works and Transport to the 8th report of the Public Accounts Committee on the examination of the report of the Auditor General of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on a special audit of the Public Transport Service Corporation. Thank you very kindly, Madam Speaker.
Reports from committees.
Member for Chaguanas East.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. I have the honor to present the 5th report of the Joint Select Committee on State Enterprises on an inquiry into the administration and operations of Caribbean Airlines Limited.
Member for Lupino, Borneo West.
Madam Speaker, I have the honor to present the 6th report of the Joint Select Committee on State Enterprises on an inquiry into the borrowing practices of state enterprises with an emphasis on regulation of borrowing, purposes for borrowed funds, and sustainability of debt servicing ratios. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Member for St. Anne's East.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I have the honor to present the 5th report of the Joint Select Committee on Human Rights, Equality, and Diversity on the examination of the human rights of remandees at remand prisons. Thank you, Madam.
Motions relating to the business or sittings of the House and moved by a minister.
Leader of the House.
Thank you very kindly, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, having regard to the decision of the House made pursuant to Standing Order 79-3, I beg to move that the Gambling, Gaming and Betting Control Bill 2016 be referred to a Joint Select Committee hereby established, and be it further resolved that this committee be mandated to adopt the work of the Joint Select Committee in the 2nd session and report by March 31st, 2018.
Honorable members, the question is that the Gambling, Gaming and Betting Control Bill 2016 be referred to a Joint Select Committee hereby established, and that this committee be mandated to adopt the work of the Joint Select Committee in the 2nd session and report by March 31st, 2018. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against? The ayes have it. Leader of the House.
Thank you very kindly, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, having regard to the decision of the House made pursuant to Standing Order 79-3, I beg to move that the Cybercrime Bill 2017 be referred to a joint select committee hereby established, and be it further resolved that this committee be mandated to adopt the work of the joint select committee in the second session and report by March 31st, 2018. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, the question is that the Cybercrime Bill 2017 be referred to a joint select committee hereby established, and that this committee be mandated to adopt the work of the joint select committee in the second session and report by March 31st, 2018. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any against? The ayes have it. Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In accordance with Standing Order 32 of this House, I seek your leave to raise a matter concerning privileges of this House. The matter is in respect of statements made on the 16th September 2017 by the Honourable Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for Diego Martin West whilst attending a health fair at the Diego Martin Boys RC School. When interviewed, the member said, the Prime Minister and Member for Diego Martin West stated, and I quote, "If there is wrongdoing, identifying the wrongdoing and hold people accountable. I don't know that we should be overdoing it, and I'm not afraid of identifying people I associate with, because I do not knowingly associate with crooks except in Parliament." These statements were broadcast on national television and reported in the print and electronic media. In his statements, the Honourable Prime Minister and Member for Diego Martin West made damaging, disparaging, negative, and contemptuous reflections and imputations upon members of this House, including the Speaker and the parliamentary staff. The Prime Minister and Member for Diego Martin West, inter alia, reflected upon members of this House, including the Speaker and parliamentary staff, asserted that 1. Members of this House, including the Speaker and parliamentary staff, were crooks. Members of this House, including the Speaker and parliamentary staff, were persons of ill and questionable character. Members of this House, including Speaker and parliamentary staff, were involved in illegal and criminal activities. Members of this House, including the Speaker and parliamentary staff, were persons of ill repute. The member imputed that members of this House, including the Speaker...
Member, may I ask, please, that you observe the standing orders, please, for members who are not speaking. Please continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Imputed that members of this House, including the Speaker and parliamentary staff, were not persons who law-abiding citizens should associate with. Members of this House, including the Speaker and staff, were not to be trusted in carrying out their public duty. Madam Speaker, parliamentary privilege is a hallmark of parliamentary practice, offering protection from interference from whatever source and safeguarding the freedom, authority, and dignity of the Houses of Parliament. The Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the standing orders of the House of Representatives, and May's parliamentary practice provide guidance as to law, practice, and usage with respect to parliamentary privilege. In particular, sections 55 and 56 of the Constitution and Standing Order 32 and May's Parliamentary Practice 24th edition, pages 202, 203, 258, and 262 to 264. May's also speaks to constructive contempt, as including reflections on the House and upon members, even though the particular individuals are not named or otherwise indicated. See page 258 of May's, where it also states that constructive contempt also includes molestation, page 262. In addition to cases referred to in May's about reflections, molestation as a contempt, cases can be found in the Commonwealth and in our own jurisdiction. The House of Representatives in 2009 sanctioned Udicat for the publication of a statement in the form of a full-page ad in response to a statement made by an MP, concluding it was a contempt of the House by seeking to intimidate the member in the execution of his duties as a member of the House. Madam Speaker, our very existence here in this chamber is by way of constitutional mandate. The protection that is afforded by the Constitution and the standing orders and the settled practice of this House is designed to protect the sanctity and the dignity not only of members but also of this honorable House. The statements of the Honorable Prime Minister and Member for Diego Martin West were intentional, reckless, and contemptuous, and reflect upon all members of this House, including the Speaker and the parliamentary staff. These statements most certainly reflect upon the character of all members and were uttered in such a manner to bring this House and members of this House into odium and ridicule. The statements made by the Honourable Prime Minister, Member for Diego Martin West, have had the effect of severely adversely affecting the credibility of members of this House in the performance of their duties as members of Parliament. The Prime Minister and Member for Diego Martin West also reflects upon the constitutional presence and conduct of members in this House, and this may in itself amount to contempt with respect to the constitutional role and conduct of members in our parliamentary democracy. The reflections referred to above from mayors and those in our own jurisdiction amounted to contempt are similar to those made by the Prime Minister and Member for Diego Martin West. Whether or not the particular members are named or otherwise indicated does not matter. Mayors, page 258. In the context in which the statements were made, it is clear that the conduct of a member and or members of this House was being reflected upon. Indeed, given the nature and character of the statements made and the subject matter upon which the Prime Minister, a member for Diego Martin West, was commenting, it is clear that the statements were made as a reflection upon the character and reputation of members. In the circumstances, Madam Speaker, I wish to submit that the Prime Minister, member for Diego Martin West, has committed a contempt by his actions and statements which has negatively reflected on members of the House, bringing them all into ridicule, odium, and contumely. His actions have also brought indignity to the House of Representatives. I therefore request that this matter be referred to the Committee of Privileges for its consideration and report.
Honourable members, I hereby reserve my determination on this matter and shall give my decision at a subsequent date. The House.
Thank you very kindly, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to move that this House do now adjourn to Monday, October the 2nd, 2017 at 1:30 p.m., at which time the Minister of Finance will present the budget speech. Thank you very kindly, Madam Speaker.
Honourable members, the question is that this House do now adjourn to Monday, October 2nd, 2017 at 1:30 p.m. All in favour say aye. Aye. Any against? The ayes have it. This House now stands adjourned to Monday, October 2nd, 2017 at 1:30 p.m.